Good morning to all our friends in the greater Houston area. It's Matt Anthony, the founder and president of the Head for the Cure Foundation, welcoming you to our 8th annual Head for the Cure Houston. Certainly different this year, all virtual, as we all manage through the pandemic, but energizing and inspiring nonetheless. You know, it's amazing when I think about everything that Houston has meant to Head for the Cure. While this is our 8th year in the Houston area, we really started Head for the Cure in many ways in the shadow of Houston and MD Anderson. After my brother Chris passed of a glioblastoma in February '03, really his idea to start a 5K and direct funds to the Chris Anthony Brain Tumor Research Fund at MD Anderson, that was back in October of '03. And since that time, we've done nearly 160 events in nearly 30 cities around the country. In Houston, always a centerpiece, and it goes way back to when my brother Chris was treated by Dr. Mark Gilbert, who was such an important part of treating the brain tumor community in Houston and MD Anderson for so many years. He's now in Bethesda at the NIH and runs the BTTC. That, of course, started in Houston. That is the principal beneficiary of Head for the Cure. All of our friends, when we decided to expand, it was Houston in many ways where we ignited that expansion. It's again where the BTTC started. Kristen Odom and her husband Kurt, thank you for getting us going. Saba Batusa and his wife Debbie, of course now Shelley Robson and the development folks who keep us moving forward, and MD Anderson supporting us in so many ways. Dr. John Degroot, thank you, Dr. Degroot, for all you've done over the years. And now Dr. Pudavali, who was part of our start from the beginning, has moved from Columbus and Ohio State now back to Houston and MD Anderson. So many people that have been so much a part of Head for the Cure since our beginning. And then all the amazing people we've met, Kathy Klumpian and her late husband, John, who have provided so much support emotionally, certainly their generosity, the Shilakatis, so many people that I can't name. I just want to thank you all for embracing Head for the Cure as we work to support the brain tumor community in Houston. This is hopefully a pause year, but it's still a great year. You know, we've raised almost $700,000 in Houston alone for Head for the Cure to fund clinical trial research at the BTTC and to fund programs that Dr. Pudavali and Dr. Degroot operate in MD Anderson, the Brain Tumor Clinic. So much support across the board, and so many people have energized us, and we are thrilled. This has been a tough year. This This is event number 22, virtual event of the year here in Houston, and it's gone remarkably well, all things considered. So much better than we expected when the pandemic started. So I want to thank you again. I want to encourage you, everybody. This morning is the official day of the event, but we're going to stay open for a bit. So get out and run your 5K, whether it's around the block, around the neighborhood, around MD Anderson, down your driveway, on your treadmill, whatever feels safe and comfortable. But know that your participation, know that your support, know that your donations are so meaningful as we continue to work every day to defeat brain cancer step by step at MD Anderson and across the country. Thanks everybody for all you do for patients and caregivers around the country. Have a great event, a great run, stay safe, and let's turn the page on 2020 and get after 2021. Thanks everybody.
Good morning and welcome to the 8th annual Head for the Cure 5K Houston. My name is Jenna Heilman, Executive Director, and I'm so thrilled and honored to bring this event to you virtually today. You know, Houston, this is our 8th year, and really since our first event that we've held it there, you all have been phenomenal in raising $660,000 to support brain tumor research and patient programs. If we just raise an additional $40,000 this year, we can hit that monumental $700,000 mark. I know we can do it. And this event is so special to Head for the Cure because this is really one of the partners that helped ignite Head for the Cure's beginning, because this is where Chris Anthony was treated, who inspired Head for the Cure. And so this event holds such a special place in our hearts because of that 18-year partnership that we've had with our local beneficiary, MD Anderson. And so that's why we're so excited to be here today. We know it looks a little bit different virtually this year, but nonetheless, the amount of support and love and fundraising and team participation that Houston has provided each and every year, even during this pandemic, is truly special. So that's why this event means so much to Head for the Cure. And what's even better about this virtual platform is that it allows us to extend registration even longer than what we would normally do. So if you're watching this event and you're thinking, man, I forgot to register, I don't want to miss out on that super comfy, soft purple 2020 shirt and my finisher medal, there is still time to do so. Registration will stay open through tomorrow. That is Sunday, October 11th at midnight. So don't worry, there's still plenty of time to register and to donate. Head for the Cure exists for three main reasons. The first is to build awareness around this elusive disease. The second is to raise funds to support clinical research and patient programs. And the third, and what we're doing here today, is igniting hope. That is hope for all who have ever been faced with this disease, whether as a patient, as a caregiver, as a clinician, or as a loved one. We all need a little hope in this time, and that's hope coming together, and that is what you all are doing here today. So thank you so much for helping spread that hope by sharing your photos of participation, by sharing your stories, and through your registrations and support. We are so excited again this year that we have such tremendous support from our national sponsors. VML Y&R International Marketing Agency really helped ignite Head for the Cure 18 years ago. They have literally been by our side every single step of the way. Harry Campbell and his Get Real program has generated over $440,000 in speaking engagement fees and book sales that Harry generously donates back to Head for the Cure. He does so in honor of his wife, Chris, who is a brain cancer survivor. Harry donates 100% of those speaking engagements and book sales back to Head for the Cure. His new book, Get Real Mindset, really challenges each and every one of us to look at ourselves, even in the most trying of times, to be the most productive people we can be. So check out more about Harry Campbell today. Novacure has been a sponsor of Head for the Cure since 2015. Their Optune device is one of the only FDA-approved devices in order to treat glioblastoma patients. Their approach is a patient-forward approach in order to help ensure the quality of life for patients as they go through that treatment. And finally, Gary and the team at Weather 2020 helps provide accurate forecasts and long-term varieties so then all of us can take a look and see what is the best possible day for us to do our own personal 5K or activity outside. So thanks to Weather 2020. As I mentioned before, MD Anderson has been such a fixture in our Head for the Cure Foundation, really since its inception, even before so, for all 18 years. And we are so thrilled and honored to continue that partnership and legacy that MD Anderson brings and helps fuel each and every year at Head for the Cure. MD Anderson Brain and Spine Center's mission is to eliminate cancer in Texas, the nation, and the world through outstanding programs that integrate patient care, research and prevention, and through education for undergraduate and graduate students, trainees, professionals, employees, and the public. Thanks so much to Dr. Degroot, Dr. Pudavalli, Cynthia Edmondson, and of course, Shelley Robson. You all not only help support Head for the Cure each and every day, but you have such an amazing rapport and care for your patients and caregivers that you have served over the past several years. So thank you so much for all that you do for the brain tumor community. Okay, so now is the time for our virtual 5K. You might be thinking, what in the world is this going to look like? Well, we are literally taking some of our team captains, our participants and supporters, and they will be running and walking a 5K that we are going to be bringing to you online. And we're also going to be sharing some of those stories and videos and photos from previous events and from teams that you all have helped submit. And so this is a really great way to bring the whole community together. And now is the time for you all to post your photos of how you all have done your own 5K, whether that's running, mowing the yard, going for a walk with your dog, a swim, even sit-ups, whatever you all have done. Post those pictures to social media, tagging Head for the Cure on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And we're using these photos to create our photo album for the year. And you're also helping show that support and that continuation of support throughout this entire weekend. And you'll want to make sure that you're sticking around after the 5K because we're going to be doing our extremely special program where we honor all of our survivors. We recognize our Keeping the Faith recipients, our caregivers with our legacy of love, and honoring and remembering those that we've lost with our celebration of life. You will not want to miss that. So we can't wait to see you after the 5K.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
My name is Kelly Wolford. This is my second year to participate in Head for the Cure. I got involved last year after my father-in-law, Scott Wolford, was diagnosed with a glioblastoma brain tumor. Scott fought his battle with strength, determination, faith, and optimism. He inspired us all. This year is a difficult one because Scott is not here to walk with us, but we are determined to continue the fight in his honor. We will fight to raise funds and awareness for better treatment options for those that head into this battle in the future. And we will always continue to head for the cure.
I'm Kathy Wolford, and I support Head for the Cure to honor my best friend and the love of my life, Scott Wolford. Scott didn't win his fight against GBM, but the love and support from all of the Scott soldiers during his 14th month battle was overwhelming. Head for the Cure raises money for MD Anderson Cancer Center, where Scott was treated. Even though neither of the 2 clinical trials helped him, we know it furthered research for others. Let's finish this race and find a cure for brain cancer.
Hi, I'm Carol Knott Teft, and I am doing the Head for the Cure walk in honor and memory of my good friend Scott Wolford. And Scott was a huge LSU fan, and I am a huge Tennessee fan. And so we had a nice, healthy rivalry, Tennessee versus LSU and all that good stuff. And so I decided to do my rocks purple and orange to show our rivalry. And yet now here we are with a common goal to beat cancer. And so we are uniting our purple and orange to get a cure for this cancer. And so I'm encouraging all of you to get out there and head for the cure. And my camera won't turn around, so I'm going to show you my rocks that I'm putting carefully right here by the tree. The orange for Tennessee and the purple for LSU, united to fight cancer. So everybody get out there and head for the cure.
Is a true cancer survivor. In the past 15 years, she had 2 bouts with breast cancer, then lung cancer in 2008, breast cancer once again, and was hoping those battles were finished. Then, on April 3, 2016, she was diagnosed with a meningioma brain tumor. Surgery was performed on May 5th, recovery, then radiation through the end of August. She's recovering now, back on her feet, and starting to get her life back together. Lucky enough, each of her cancers was a new cancer and not the spread of an existing one. She has been treated at MD Anderson in Houston and speaks very highly of the facility and the people that work there. They have saved her life. She is back working on her art, ceramics, and especially getting to spend time with her 6 grandkids.
Hey guys, I'm Connor Gillen, so I hope you'll join me by getting active today, whether that's running, biking, or walking. So get a quick stretch in and let's go.
Hi, my name is Deanna, and our family walks and runs for my daughter, Brooke. And Brooke was diagnosed in 2017 with brain cancer, and we've been a part of Head for the Cure ever since then. So we're grateful for Head for the Cure, and especially for their support of MD Anderson. And so we walk and run to find a cure for brain cancer. So we're team Expect Miracles for Brooke.
Despite the number of brain tumors and their devastating prognosis, there are only 5 FDA-approved drugs and 1 device to treat brain tumors. For many tumor types, surgery and radiation remain the standard of care. By donating today, you can help change this.
In October of 2012, William began to have horrible headaches that would last for 1 day with associated symptoms of vomiting and nausea. He would have these headaches only once every 4 to 6 weeks until May, when he had one the last week and then again the second week of June. In July, he visited a neurologist and had an MRI done. A couple days later, William received a phone call from the neurologist saying something did not look right on the MRI and there were a bunch of swelling in the brain and he was needed to check himself into the closest ER. William checked himself in and the next morning he was informed that he had a tumor that was malignant. It was located in his frontal lobe and was bigger than a golf ball. William went into surgery and then recovered in the hospital after his craniotomy. 3 days later, he was discharged to go home. During the first week of August, we received the devastating news that the tumor was a stage 4 glioblastoma. Understandably, they are filled with fear and devastated that their futures are not what they could have ever imagined to be. However, they have 2 young, beautiful girls at home, Abigail and Audrey, and William is continuing working and living life to the fullest.
My name is David Broussard. I am the proud brother of Thomas Alex Broussard. He was my best friend. Tom contracted glioblastoma while he was in the prime of his life. Today, I proudly represent Team Tom and run in honor of my brother, Tom. Head for the Cure 2020. Tom survived 2 recessions and multiple treatments at St. Luke's and MD Anderson. He unfortunately lost his battle in March 2019. My brother Tom was a warrior. He battled the disease every day without fear and with the utmost positive attitude. He was our family's hero. He celebrated every day as best day ever. Doing it for you. Through his battle, Tom was an inspiration and beacon to me, our family, and all he associated with. His attitude, spirit of faith was unrelentless, and he touched all he came in contact with. He genuinely cared about all of his caregivers. He always asking them how they were doing. Best day ever continued to be his trademark throughout his journey, celebrating and appreciating the goodness in each and every day. Team Tom, Head for the Cure, Houston.
The 5-year relative survival rate for the most common form of primary malignant brain tumors, glioblastoma, is only 6.8%. With each registration and donation for this year's virtual 5K, you can make a difference in the fight against brain cancer.
When asked why we participate in the honor of Tom, we must keep fighting and doing our part to find a cure. Tom, like so many, was a life cut way too short. We must continue to join together to head for the cure. The continued fight to eradicate brain cancer is the least we can do for our loved ones. The Head for the Cure event will forever be a reminder of Tom's courage, positive outlook, and battle. We are honored to be a part of this event.
Hi there. How are you guys? Oh my goodness. Who do we have here? Who are you in red? Are you Spider-Man? And I see Wonder Woman over here. Wow. And who are you in the middle?
Black Panther.
Black Panther. How many Head for the Cure races have you guys done? 8. Oh my goodness. How about you, Georgia? How many have you done? 5. Rip, how many have you done? 5? You guys are awesome. Why do you do it?
Because we want to solve brain cancer.
All right, you guys ready to do your race?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Brain cancer history.
You gotta jump up and down. Y'all jump. Jump.
Brain cancer Kennedy. Brain cancer Kennedy. Brain cancer Kennedy. Brain cancer Kennedy.
On your marks, get set, go.
What a 5K, Houston. Thanks so much to Scott Soldiers, Team Tom, Zoe's Cancer Crushers, and Amy's All-Stars for your participation. And thanks for you all for sending us your photos and your videos and showing us how you all continue to support the community. This just means so much to us. So thank you so much for your support.
So far, we've raised nearly $40,000, have 250 participants, and 25 teams.
But the fun is not over yet, Houston. Again, not only do registrations remain open through tomorrow, Sunday, October 11th, but donations will remain open for the next several weeks. So there's still plenty of time for you all to make that contribution to support the important brain cancer research and patient programs at MD Anderson. If everyone who has registered just asked one more person to donate $20, we could raise an additional $5,000 for this fight. We know it's a tough year, Houston, but this is a cause that is so important to all of us, and people do want to help and support because it does mean so much to you. So continue to make that ask in order to support that important clinical research and patient care. At this time, it's my honor to be able to welcome and introduce Dr. John Degroot from the MD Anderson Cancer Center.
Hello, my name is John Degroot. I'm a professor of neuro-oncology at MD Anderson Cancer Center here in Houston, Texas. We're so happy to be part of the Head for the Cure family, and I'm excited to join you for the first ever virtual Head for the Cure 5K. Our mission at MD Anderson is to end cancer, and we're honored to be recognized as the #1 hospital for cancer care by U.S. News & World Report. Here in the Brain and Spine Center, our multidisciplinary teams work together to care for patients with primary and metastatic brain tumors. That team includes neuro-oncologists, neurosurgeons, radiation oncologists, nurses, social workers, and many other support staff. Our goal is to design the most innovative treatments that are unique for each individual patient and offer the greatest opportunity for improved outcomes and improved quality of life. I want patients and their families to know that our team is caring and committed to providing the best treatment options, from exceptional standard of care to the most innovative and novel clinical trials. We're an incredibly enthusiastic team, and I think we're all super nice. Personally, I have a great time working alongside my APN Jennifer, my clinic nurse Matt, and so many others to take care of our patients and their families. Our patients and their families are truly amazing people who inspire me every day, and it is an honor to be their physician. In fact, you inspired the entire team of MD Anderson researchers who are working to find better treatments for brain cancer. We have a large group of researchers and scientists from many different fields across MD Anderson who are all committed to tackling this challenging and complex disease. In recent years, we've made headway developing everything from new viral therapies to novel immunotherapy approaches and more. Your support allows us to make innovative ideas from the lab bench to the bedside. I'm proud to say that MD Anderson has one of the largest brain tumor clinical trial portfolios in the world, with studies available for newly diagnosed and recurrent glioblastoma, as well as other cancer types. For example, we recently opened a clinical trial testing novel technology using ultrasound to more effectively deliver drugs across the blood-brain barrier, which, as you know, is one of the major obstacles to successfully treating this disease. We're proud to collaborate with other organizations like Brain Tumors Trials Collaborative, which was founded by our friends at Head for the Cure, to work together on multi-center clinical trials and make progress for our patients. There's still a long way to go to make meaningful improvements in brain cancer survival, and we're absolutely determined to get there. But we can't make progress without your support. Research, especially early stage research, depends on generous funding from individuals and foundations that can help get these new and cutting edge ideas off the ground. Once these early projects show success, then we're able to get grant funding from NIH or NCI or other larger funding agencies. Not all grants receive this level of funding, so philanthropy is incredibly important to move the needle forward. We're grateful that Head for the Cure has helped fund not only brain tumor research, but also patient services. We care about the whole patient, and we understand that patient education and psychosocial support are incredibly important. That's why we have a virtual monthly support group called MD Anderson BEST. BEST stands for Brain Tumor Education and Support Together. It's a project I'm personally invested in, along with BEST Director Dr. Xiaopei Weathers and our wonderful social work counselors, Amy Bragman and Megan Whetstone. BEST is an opportunity for patients and their caregivers to personally hear from our experts on a variety of topics that directly affect brain tumor patients and their families. Everything from how to manage side effects and seizures to understanding the basics of clinical trials. It also gives patients and caregivers a safe place to candidly talk about challenges of living with a brain tumor. We host the meetings virtually, so you can safely join from anywhere, which is especially important now given the COVID-19 pandemic. Support from the Head for the Cure Foundation has helped us continue to grow MD Anderson Best over the past several years. On behalf of our patients and caregivers, I'm incredibly grateful for that support. As we all know, 2020 has been an eventful year that's forced us all to be flexible and get comfortable with talking to each other on screen or from 6 feet apart. But cancer doesn't stop even for a pandemic. MD Anderson remains committed to going above and beyond to keep our patients and workforce safe. We've implemented precautions including entry screening, universal masking, and physical distancing to protect all those who enter any of our locations. We now see many of our patients virtually for follow-up visits, just like I'm seeing you today. I always enjoyed going out to Head for the Cure and getting a chance to connect with our patients and their families outside of the clinic. It was a meaningful opportunity to catch up and come together to celebrate brain tumor survivors and to remember those who we've lost. Although, as some of you may know, I would personally rather swim a 5K than run a 5K, but I will miss seeing all of you this year, especially since the date usually coincides with some of Houston's best fall weather. On behalf of the entire brain and spine team here at MD Anderson, thank you to the Head for the Cure community for your support. Stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much to Dr. Degroot and the team at MD Anderson for the important care and work that you all do each and every day to support the brain tumor community. Now it's my honor to be able to recognize some of our teams and individuals who have gone above and beyond when it comes to participation and fundraising.
For our largest teams, in third place with 22 team members is Run for Rod. In second place with 30 participants is Scott's Soldiers. And in first place with 35 team members is Tracy's Team 18. And now for our top teams in fundraising. In third place, raising $5,500 is Scott's Soldiers. In second place, raising $5,800 is For Pete's Sake. And in first place, raising $6,200 is Tracy's Team 18. And now for individuals in fundraising. In third place, raising over $1,000 is Kevin Henritzky. In second place, raising over $1,600 is Kathy Wolford. And in first place, raising over $2,300 is Kathy Klumpian.
And this is honestly one of my favorite times of the event. And this is where we get to recognize and celebrate our brain tumor survivors. Usually in person, we would bring everybody up to the stage, be able to embrace you all and send the love and thoughts to you through the entire group. Of course, we can't do this in person this year, but what we will be doing is sharing photos on the screen, photo collage of our survivors as we recognize each and every survivor who's registered today. We do this because it is our way to be able to celebrate and honor each of you. You all inspire us, you ignite our fight each and every day, and you're the reason that we're all here. So thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey and celebrate you today.
Jamie, Shauna, Rebecca, Marissa, Brooke, Tracy, Wendy, William, Pat, and Todd.
As I mentioned before, Head for the Cure really exists to ignite hope. That hope began with just one person's journey, Chris Anthony. Chris passed away from a glioblastoma in 2003, but his legacy inspired our founder, Matt Anthony, to begin Head for the Cure Foundation 18 years ago. When Chris was faced with even the toughest days, he would continue to maintain his positive attitude with 3 simple words: keeping the faith. That is faith in himself, faith in a cure, faith in tomorrow, and for him personally, it was faith spiritually. And at each of our 5K events, we take the time to honor some of our survivors who've been nominated by a loved one because they too have inspired people throughout their journey because of their positivity and their tenacity. And so it's our honor to be able to recognize some of our survivors with our Keeping the Faith presentation. And new this year, we are also recognizing some of our caregivers through our Stevie Patrick Legacy of Love Award. These caregivers have oftentimes given the best of themselves in order to support a loved one who has gone through brain tumor diagnosis. So please join us as we honor some of our survivors with our Keeping the Faith recognition and celebrate some of our caregivers with the Legacy of Love Award.
Head for the Cure 5K events are not only successful fundraisers in the fight against brain cancer, but unique tributes for those currently fighting this terrible disease and remembering those who have lost their battles. Head for the Cure was started in honor of a man named Chris Anthony. Chris's motto was always keeping the faith. He lived it daily. He signed off every email with keeping the faith, and his faith enabled him to maintain his grace, dignity, courage, and strength throughout his illness. That's why every year we honor brain cancer patients and their loved ones with a special recognition we call Keeping the Faith. Each of their stories is personal and special, and all are inspiring. Todd Brown, nominated by Carmelita Brown Trips. My son is Todd Brown. He was diagnosed with a brain tumor when he was 10. He is now 30 years old. It left his left side of his body weak. He wears a hearing aid on the left side, and he had to get multiple corneal transplants on that same side. He also can't walk very straight, and his speech slurs. He just got out of the hospital for a stroke. He went to the eye doctor, and they are saying that his retina is detaching. He has been through a lot since he was a little boy, in and out of the hospital with numerous doctor appointments, but he is still fighting, trying to keep the faith. Tracy Hilton Shuttlecotty. Tracy, you were diagnosed with a GBM on Christmas Day 2002. You were pregnant with your son Jeffrey, and despite all odds, you both survived. Tracy Ann, you continue to amaze us every day. You are strong. You are an inspiration to all of us. This is your 18th year as a survivor, a true miracle and a fighter. Keep fighting the fight. We are so proud of you. We love you to the moon and back. Love and hugs, Mom and Dad, Heather, Travis, Luann, Alexandra, Janelle, Jeffrey, Emmett, Keegan, and Brinley, and all the rest of the family. Thank you for your courage and for allowing us to honor you. New this year, the Legacy of Love nomination is easily defined by actions of integrity, encouragement, determination, and truly loving and serving others, especially those in need. The recipient of this must have a strong desire to encourage and help others. This deserving person must be a leader each day and also have the courage to smile in the midst of adversity. We now like to share their story. Vanessa Broussard, nominated by David Broussard. Vanessa's love for Tom was never ending. Tom's diagnosis came when their relationship was peaking, right before they became engaged. Vanessa stood by Tom's side, and both were determined to fight and to do everything humanly possible to beat the disease and continue forward with their plans for life, not allowing the setback to stop their plans. They became engaged after Tom's first recession, planned a wedding amidst treatments, celebrated a wedding that the Beaumont community is still talking about. Tom and Vanessa wanted to have a product of their love, so they took steps to start a family. Vanessa became pregnant. I still remember the tears of joy pouring down both of their faces when they found out she was carrying Tom's son, Tommy. The hope of a child brought the entire family so much joy when we needed it the most. Vanessa cared for Tom tirelessly, day and night, while working and while she was pregnant. We lost Tom in March of 2019. The stress was too much for Vanessa and the baby, as we lost Tommy in May 2019. Since Tom's passing, Vanessa has pledged to continue fighting the fight.
And finally, we know that this disease has taken far too many people from our lives. While these individuals are not with us physically on the earth any longer, their legacy, their memories continue to live on within our hearts, our minds, and our souls. We want to remember those individuals with our celebration of life presentation. We know that some of you may not have had the opportunity to submit your own stories to remember your loved one, but there's still plenty of time to do so, so please go ahead and send those in to us. But right now, join us as we remember those that we've lost with our celebration of life. Houston, thank you so much for an incredible 8th year. This is one that has looked like no other, but you all continue to show up, you continue to participate, you continue to donate, and most importantly, you continue to help us inspire others by sharing your own stories and your photos and your testimonies for how to build this awareness in order to ignite that hope for all who have been faced by this disease. Remember, if you haven't registered, registration remains open through tomorrow, Sunday, October 11th. Donations remain open, so still continue to encourage others to participate in their own way. Continue to post your pictures of how you all are doing your own 5K. And guess what? We can't wait to see you all in person for the 9th annual Head for the Cure 5K Houston in 2021. Thank you all so much and enjoy the rest of your weekend.